And that actually is my legal middle name. You've heard people say Danger is my middle name, or what? I always wanted something like that, so I changed it. You can change your name to anything you want in Iowa for 189 bucks. Even if you smell like whiskey and have bloodshot eyes, they'll still let you sign the paperwork and go through with it.
What's up, everybody? Nathan Tricky Allen here. I'm going to be coming to the Kenosha Comedy Club at the Wyndham Garden Inn down on 6th, cool little part of town. If you're watching this just on YouTube or Facebook, click the link in the description to go to my website, adultsonlymagic.com, and you can see when and what times and what dates I'll be performing at the Kenosha Comedy Club coming up. I'm usually there about every 3 or 4 months. It's a good time. If you haven't been yet, highly recommended. They do a lot of great entertainment, and my show is no exception. You're going to have a killer time. What follows is an interview that we did at the Kenosha Comedy Club, just a little kind of backstage chat a while back when I was there. So if you're interested in that and trying to figure out why I am the way that I am, you'll enjoy that. And after the interview, keep watching. I'll put in a little video clip of like a preview of the live show of what to expect if you haven't seen that yet. And enjoy the chat and click the link and go to my website, adultsonlymagic.com. You'll find a list of my live performances that are open to the public and a link to buy tickets. And we'll see you soon. Thanks.
Could you give us a little insight into the show, a little peek into what I don't think this is your normal comedy show, I've heard.
It's my normal comedy show, but it's not everybody else's normal comedy show. No, I am a part magician, part comedian, totally in the head, dysfunctional. It's like a smart ass who's doing a magic show, basically. I started off as a regular magician when I was a kid and just slowly devolved into the mess that it is now, where it's an adult-only show. It's not rated X, but it's adult-only. It's edgy, naughty, funny, but not over-the-top gross or disgusting. The lovely assistant's inflatable. The rabbit's dead, if that gives you an idea.
And how did you get into comedy, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I accidentally got into comedy. I started as a magician, and I did my first show when I was 12 years old, actually. And I asked for $10, and they gave me 15 plus cake, and I'm like, well, yeah, I'm gonna be rich, you know. And then slowly over the years, I just started kind of heckling myself. Like the thoughts in my head were like, you know, something to the effect of, why is this idiot doing what he's doing with this trick? And I would just blurt it out, and it would get a laugh. And I started doing that more and more, and just being as if I were heckling a show that I was watching, but I am the show. And it just snowballed into, it's probably more of a comedy show now than a magic show, but the magic's still good, I'm told. Yeah.
And where's the passion for magic come from? Did something happen when you were younger and it was just like a spark lit up? Or?
I got to keep it clean, though, right? Yeah. No. I saw a magic show when I was a child in, like, kindergarten or something. And I got invited on stage to help with the guy and do whatever trick we were doing. And I was just floored. And then a few years later, my parents got me a magic kit. And then I started going to the library at school and the public library and just devouring every book I could on magic. It became a full-blown unhealthy obsession. Other kids were into sports or could talk to girls. I had card tricks. That's where my interests lied.
Understood. Now, do you play off the audience a lot, or do you, you pretty much have like your...
I got the bare bones structure of the show, but I use a lot of audience participation. So there's really whatever I'm doing could go a million different directions depending on, for example, what card they pick, what number they throw out, their reactions to something or their non-reactions to something. So there's all sorts of little alternate routes we can take to get through the show, hopefully get through the show. And I just make up a lot of stuff as I go.
And so you're not from Kenosha, so obviously you travel.
No, but I feel like this is my second home. I'm here like every 3 or 4 months probably. I love this town.
Yeah, the feeling is absolutely mutual. I love this place so much. What other places have you traveled to? Some of your favorites?
Mostly the Midwest. I'm based out of the Des Moines area now. and traveled mostly the Midwest, like, Ohio to Colorado, that type of thing. But I've also been out to the West Coast a few times, which I really love, and especially during the winter months, because damn, I hate snow. I really, really do.
You want to maybe, if you don't mind, talking about maybe some people that have influenced you or inspired you? Does anybody come to mind?
Yeah. In the 90s, there were these magic specials on NBC called The World's Greatest Magic. And I saw, like, up until that point, I was kind of stuck in the David Copperfield mindset where magic has to be serious and amazing and spectacle and bigger is better. And then I saw these guys, Michael Finney, he's from Arizona, Amazing Jonathan, who just passed away in February, Jeff Hobson, Matt King, Dana Daniels. These are professional comedian magicians, not magicians trying to be funny, but comedian magicians, like pairing up. And they didn't have the big, spectacular, sparkly boxes and stupid top hat and tuxedo. They were just funny with whatever stupid trick they were trying to, hilarious with whatever stupid trick they were trying to do, whether they accomplished that trick or not. But yeah, look them up. Michael Finney, Amazing Jonathan, Dana Daniels, Matt King, and Jeff Hobson are my favorite comedy magicians. They were the biggest influences in my life as far as professionally. But yeah, seeing David Copperfield specials, like, in the early 90s, that really blew my mind wide open about some. Have you seen any of his stuff from back in the day?
No.
Dude, you should. He was the guy that made the Statue of Liberty disappear and walked through the Great Wall of China. I mean, it was a trick. He didn't really do,
Sure. No, I'll check it out for
but
sure.
damn good tricks.
Yeah. Okay, maybe just one or two more questions, and I'll get out of your hair here. So I've never heard of.
God, what hair?
I've never.
You should see the luscious locks that this gentleman has behind the camera. Or are you on the camera?
No, I'm not on the
No, I didn't
camera.
know if you had a two-way going.
They'll never have any idea. So obviously, I've never really heard of anything kind of in the realm of what you're doing specifically. I'm sure it wasn't a clear-cut path to getting there. Do you kind of have any insight or advice into somebody that might want to take a chance and shoot for something a little less conventional?
If they're magicians, I would, or if they want to be a magician, are we talking like people starting out or want to get into it? I would say read everything you can, learn everything you can, do as many shows as you possibly can for as many different types of audiences that you can. Take notes. When you have an idea for a trick or an idea for how a trick might be done or a unique prop that would fit your personality, write that down. Take massive, copious notes. And if you're looking into getting into comedy, I would say the exact same thing. Do as many shows as you can for as many different types of crowds as you can, and write everything down. And yeah, it's like being a pilot. Being an entertainer is like being a pilot. It's all about flight time, I think. Or maybe I just made that up. I don't know.
Last question. Maybe we'll do two more. Anything come to mind, favorite trick that you've ever seen? Something that always has stuck with you?
Yeah, there's a trick. I saw David Copperfield live in '96, and he did a thing called The Fan that I had not seen on TV prior. Everything else he did on that tour I had, but I missed that particular thing on the TV special. I tuned in 10 minutes late or something. And he did this thing where he disappeared on stage into a giant industrial fan, walked through it, turned into smoke, and then he and his assistant, who also followed him through the fan, appeared in the audience like 2 rows ahead of me, like right ahead of me. And it was like, it was the most mind-boggling thing. And that's why I got into magic, I think, because that feeling of wonder, it like makes the hair stand up on your arms, you know? But the sad part about that is when you become a magician, and if you dedicate your life to studying this craft and history and art, not a lot fools you anymore. So you don't get to experience that amazement. Isn't that a sad story?
Yeah.
I just wanted to bring everything down before we wrap
No,
up.
I mean, I guess I never really thought about that aspect of it either.
Yeah.
You know, it's all demystified.
It's still fun to watch. I really enjoy watching people who are really good at what they do, even if I know how the technical end of things are done.
Is there anything that people should look into from you? You know, anything that how do people follow up? How do people check on what you've done?
Yeah, just you can Google Nathan Tricky Allen, and that actually is my legal middle name. You've heard people say Danger is my middle name, or what? I always wanted something like that, so I changed it. You can change your name to anything you want in Iowa for $189. Even if you smell like whiskey and have bloodshot eyes, they'll still let you sign the paperwork and go through with it. Yeah, you can go to adultsonlymagic.com. You can find me on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. I don't use because everybody's just too arguey over there. But my website, there's videos. You can see what to expect, preview videos, and there's also, if you can find it on the, I think it's the fun stuff section of the website, there's also a bunch of tricks that you can learn to screw with your friends. I do videos where I teach you tricks and pranks to mess with your friends or win free drinks or freak out complete strangers.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah. Do it again sometime.
You're known as more of an adults-only entertainer. What does that mean in the world of magic?
Well, it means I'm shunned by most magicians, is what it means. I won a trophy from the Society of American Magicians with this card trick that I invented. A trophy! They do that for magicians. Which is like being voted the least annoying Kardashian. Nobody really gives a shit. It don't matter. That's never happened before, Lowell. Now put them back in the order they were in, and we can do the trick I was planning on. Guess we're making something. F you, magic boy. And we're going for showbiz right now, so we gotta do it with flair. Spirit fingers, jazz hands. Back to a point. You're a natural, man. You know, Siegfried needs a new Roy if you're looking for a job. And a quick pass down so they know I don't have any knives on me. Nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing here, really. White guy joke. Scary trick calls for scary music. So I brought along the most spine-tingling, hair-raising, nerve-wracking music known to man. Do not try this at home. Do it at work, so it's a job-related injury. So I thought I would get a bunny for the show.
Oh, okay, nice.
Hey, and that's your camera there right in front of you, sir, if you want to show anything off.
Yeah, I got a... Do not give me that kind of freedom.
Oh, sorry.
Again, a nightclub.
Hold.
Magic wand levitates. Is this your wallet, Dewey? I hope somebody new walks in right now. The magician's bent over. Don't get your finger stuck in there. Got a new bunny. Had to go off the road to get him, but I got him.
Oh.
Squeal like a bunny, Magic Boy. Question number one, Lowell. Is that a $100 bill?
It's a one.
Are you screwing with me, dude? It is 100? Yeah. Cool. Question number two, Lowell. When he goes back to his seat and watches, he's gonna be like, oh, it's on the count of 3. 1.
Think about it. I'm like, look for my autograph. Yeah, I just think about it for a second. Magic!
Good job, buddy. Good job out of you, bud.
Pet the bunny.
Oh,
Pet the bunny.
that's not a.
Pet
That's
the-
not. That's a gross bunny.
Pet the bunny.
Ew.